Let's do the damn thing. 205, Tower God. We're here. We're back. Hi, YouTube. Last time was I want to say it was the finale of the flashback. It might have been the finale of the flashback because it was the first time seeing present day Gustang in like a little bit over a month. I want to say the last like 5 chapters have been flashback. So we got to see him. We got to see the aftermath of Enkidu losing control and attacking Amizu, which it now seems like Traumare controlled Enkidu to kill Amizu, and then after the fact covered it up, and that's kind of where we are. We had the person with the hat and the coat that was going through Traumare's floating castle while everything was going on. They got up out of there, and then we just dealt with the aftermath of one of the Trailblazers biting the dust. So and Gustang questioning as to why he was the only individual that didn't want to execute Enkidu, in which Yerang came up with an alternative to, instead of execution, but sealing Enkidu inside of the sprout that will continue to grow forever. But someone showed up and meddled. So that's where we are. And Enkidu like pleaded to Gustang as he's walking out of the room about how he didn't do it. Like Enkidu wasn't the one that killed Amizu. And then we like know about like the blessings that he would have gotten from the administrator about how he can't harm a Trailblazer. So it actually would be like he actually couldn't have, so it must have been Trom. So yeah, that's all I got. Let's hop in. 205. Yeah, you're right. You're right. 205, let's go. All right, I'm not human. I was forced to do it, Traumare. I was forced to do it. Traumare made me kill her. In exchange for receiving the administrator's blessing, I'm incapable of killing any of you of my own free will. Exclamation mark. In that case, Enkidu wasn't the one who killed Amizu. It might have been someone else. The decision to kill. We're out of flashbacks. We're not out of flashbacks. We're not out of flashbacks. I thought we were done with the flashback. I thought that conversation ended. Gain my composure. I gotta lock back in. I was preparing not to be in a flashback. What do you mean by that? Are you saying Traumare made you kill Amizu? Enkidu. Enkidu? No way you go to sleep after that. Wake up, Enkidu. What did you mean just now? Why did you say that? After that, Enkidu fell asleep for a long time. Enkidu. And even in the moments when he woke up briefly, he was incapable of speaking in human language. He would just howl like a wild beast and then go back to sleep. My angry companions wanted Enkidu to be destroyed as soon as possible, so I decided to have him sealed away. And that was the end of that. Oh! Oh! I thought it was Yerang's idea, but I guess he was the only one that voted to have him sealed, so you'll say it that way. Oh, I need that. I know we might get a better one soon, but I need that. Hold on. My bad. My bad. Okay. Someone else. As if Trom isn't the only one, right? I feel like that was Enkidu's last shred of willpower resistance to get that message out. I can see that. By the way, I think the person who cast the spell was Adon because the hair accessory is the same. Okay, we might see that right now. And I got the nomadic drip. Doesn't really make sense with. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense because they all agreed they want to kill him. So why would Edon then do something like that? After that, I never even mentioned Enkidu to Traumare. But my companions believed Enkidu. They were convinced that V was involved in Amizu's murder. So they turned completely against V and his group. What? No way! For real? What? Oh, wow. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, what made them turn against? I've always been asking that. And I got my answer. I wanted to know, like, what made them, and I feel, damn, it was like, I wasn't too spot on. I was close enough where I'm like, there's no way everyone was just on board whenever Jihad's like, we're done climbing, right? There's no way. But I'm like, something would have had to have happened in order to make them join Jihad's side. And because there's no way they, I was thinking, there's like, were they afraid of Jihad? Like, did they think all of them together wouldn't be able to beat them? That was the first thing I went to. Because I'm like, why would they just agree to side with them? Got our answer. Amizu's death and the fallout from it, and what Enkidu said happened, turned them against V in a group. That's crazy. That's crazy, Trom, you weasel. That a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I haven't digested it fully yet. Give me some time to chew on it. I thought it was gonna be something like crazy, and her dying and Trom being like, it is, but it wasn't as grand as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like this grand thing that happened, and it was more of like a tragic thing that happened. So it's way different than what I thought it was. I need time. I need to digest it. I need to digest it. That's why I was like, yeah, they were already at odds. That's why I'm like, I thought initially when I first read it was Jihad was on one side, V was on another side, and everybody leaned one way or the other a little bit, and then something happened that pushed everyone to Jihad. That's what I thought. Like, that's what I thought. But from this flashback, it was more so of Jihad's over here, V's over here, and the Towerborn are over here, and the rest of the 13 are closer to this side, but not fully over there yet. And this Amizu incident fully pushed them all the way over there. So they were kind of like straddling the fence. Things had already happened that already had them leaning to that side already. But now it's just like, no, we're against them for sure now. Because you tried to kill one of us. That's what it feels like. You tried to kill one of us. And you succeeded and used this thing and yada, yada, yada. So now we're against you. So, damn. That's crazy. Yeah, it seems like the final nail in the coffin. I agree with that, Selena. 1000%. Sealed the deal. Yeah, tragedy. V died. Coming up. This probably isn't the only thing, so there's room for more reveals later. Better way to put it. Let me read this again. But my companions believed Enkidu. They were convinced that V was involved in Amizu's murder, so they turned completely against V and his group. People who had been friends until just recently he was just in the room with them, now became enemies. So he was on V's side? Time out. And he showed up there. So like, if V and Arlen wanted to show up to the wedding, if Trom wanted them to be there, they would have been, they could have been invited, maybe? Or it could be that too. They could, or he didn't believe V did. It could be that too. Okay. 100% convinced this was something Jihad wanted, and Trom just saw the opportunity to convince the other family heads to join his side. 100%. 100%. Traumaray is clearly an individual being used by Jihad. I think that's evident. Now that we get all this information and we've been talking back and forth, it's evident that Jihad's using Trom. 1000%. Trom's impressionable, and Jihad's just imprinting all over him. Script written by Traumaray, director Traumaray, producer Traumaray, star Enkidu. It seems like when they stopped climbing, they left on okay. Yeah, it feels like they all just went their own separate ways, and Jihad was the one that had the issue. That's what it feels like. He must have realized Trom was lying. Either that or he didn't believe V. He was on Trom's side, but didn't believe V was part of the murder. Traumaray is a master manipulator being manipulated. Yes. He's a master manipulator being manipulated. I think it's clear Jihad's manipulating him. Because if it wasn't Jihad, Amizu wouldn't have said, I know what you and Jihad were up to. She just would have levied her issues with Trom. That's why I'm like, it has to be Jihad. Has to be. Because if she just had an issue with how Trom was changing on his own, she would have levied her issues with just him and said, I know what you're up to. But she said, I know what you and Jihad are up to. Or Jihad and you, however she worded, whichever way she worded it. So I'm like, it's clear that there, and then what Trom said at the beginning of this flashback, whenever Trom was like, dude, you're so abrasive, you keep pushing up against what Jihad's trying to do. Why are you trying to do that? Like, you just need to, like, let this happen a little bit. And Gustang's like, Gustang's like, I'm not letting that happen. Not letting that happen. Dude's talking kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it. And Trom's like, you need to just, so it's like, it's clear that Trom is on Jihad's side. That's why I made the comparison a while ago to, I can't remember. None of them I can't remember the character's name from the Eternals, the Marvel movie, The Eternals. But, what was the name? His name's not Icarus, was it? What's the main dude's name? Rob Snow. Rob Stark. Rob Snow. Jon Snow. Rob Stark. What was the name of the movie? Was it Icarus? It was Icarus. What was the one with the short hair? It was a girl. Damn it. I can't name it. It's like, it's not Pipsqueak. Not Arya. Not from Game of Thrones, from the movie. No. From the Eternals, the one that betrayed everybody, with the red hair. That's like first person to side with Icarus. Judas. Hold on. It is, brother, come on now. Of course, it's the only character. Sprite. There's Little Sprite. Little Sprite was the youngest of all of the Eternals, even though they all didn't age. Sprite was the youngest of the Eternals, and kind of imprinted, like Icarus imprinted on Sprite, so Sprite did everything that Icarus wanted to, even if it meant betraying the rest of everyone else. Because Icarus wanted to do it, Sprite did what Icarus wanted to do. If it's the same relationship, it feels like with Jihad and Trom, where it's like Trom is the youngest of the group, Jihad's imprinting onto Traumaray, and Traumaray is doing Jihad's bidding, not realizing he's being manipulated, thinking just going along with it. Big Brother Jihad. That came true. That actually came true. Big Brother Jihad. Feel good. All right. Let me continue. People who had been friends until just recently now became enemies. As the person responsible for recording history, this naturally presented me with a dilemma. The truth of what happened that day disappeared along with Enkidu, and I was now on hostile terms with my former companions. I couldn't just take Enkidu's word for it and turn against Traumaray as well. I didn't even think about it that way of they all voted to execute Enkidu. And now knowing that this event pushed them to side with Jihad and be against V, Gustang being the only one of them to be like, no, I don't want to execute them, that would have them look at him weird. Like, what do you mean? Do you not feel the same way that we feel about what happened? That's something I didn't even think about until I just read this. Interesting. So he already was on rock. Like, just the nature of how things turned out. They're looking at him kind of funny. Like, what do you mean you don't want to execute him? Do you not feel a type of way? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let me continue. Even if I revealed the truth and exposed Traumare's crime, it wouldn't improve the situation at all. And nothing could change that fact. I was caught between the pain of having to record the historical truth and my sense of responsibility to create the best possible history. Every day I wavered between these two sides. But in the end, I made my decision. We talked about this last week too, about like how history was recorded. I chose simply to forget it all. Wow. And run away from my pain and responsibility. Wow. I don't think I ever expected that from Gustang. I don't think I ever expected him to do this. Wow. We all washed our hands of the incident in our own way. Edan drank. We made ourselves forget. So they all have different ways of getting rid of their memories. Bro. So Edan really did put his memories in a wine bottle. If I'm to assume what I'm looking at is each of them choosing how they erase the Edan really, I said there's a joke. I said there's a joke that Edan put his memories in some wine bottle and put it on a shelf somewhere. I don't know what I don't know what this is, but whatever this is took her memories. Gustang put his in a book and erased it from our memories. Eventually, we forgot where those vines first came from, and then Trom let Leviathan eat his. It's the flower of the Zigena, maybe? Ooh. Really? I was totally convinced the second I heard that. I made it as a joke. He gonna crack open. He's gonna crack open the wrong bottle and get haunted. Okay. Eventually, we even forgot where those vines first came from, and why there's this sadness and anger remaining inside us. As for me, I continued recording a falsified version of history. I was forced to hide the truth in places that not even I would remember. So that's what happened while I was asleep. Quite the coincidence, isn't it? Who would have thought that two people born almost eons apart could share the same body and goal? No kidding. I've been looking for you, but I didn't expect to find you like this. I suppose I should be grateful that things turned out this way. On another note, you say those pricks have all become family leaders? That's right. They're practically divine beings within the tower. Little vermin like us aren't even worthy of looking at them. Just being a direct descendant of theirs gives a person tremendous power, and hardly anyone has seen them in person. Sounds like they've all been successful. It kind of irritates me that everything turned out the way they wanted, but maybe this was for the best. Interesting. Because the fact that they're all still alive means I can get revenge against them. Ooh, it's a nice line. Anyway, you said something about a battle taking place on the outside, right? If I remember correctly, I think you mentioned that there are some people trying to become the new 10 Great Family Leaders. Ooh, are we about to get some confirmation on who these individuals could be? Is Kidding one of them? Yeah, and they want to team up with you. They believe you're the perfect person to fight against the abominable family leaders. The bastards who trapped me in here have become the most powerful figures in the tower. And now there's another group of people who seek to replace them and become the new 10 great family leaders. I have a thought process. Hold on, let me catch up. I'm pausing at a terrible spot, but I was thinking. I love how this shows he feels guilty of being a fake historian. Imagine passing thousands of years with you feeling that, off of, yep. I'm hoping we still get Yirang spitting in the Hana. Ooh, that'd be cool. Like you were saying at the beginning, in Enkidu's time, they weren't gods. Yes, they weren't gods at this time. You think Wang Nun's one of them? Could be. I think he's, at this point, I think he's a clone. I think so. Well, I paused. What was I going to stop? We know that. So here's the thing. And here's where we have like another, he's like the worst choice. We know that Enkidu is not able to kill any of the any of the Trailblazers because that was his damn it. That was the blessing he was gifted, right? But Trom controlled Enkidu, and through controlling Enkidu was able to kill a Trailblazer. Enkidu himself isn't able to commit murder against them. But if someone controls Enkidu, they like Enkidu's body can do it. So now that Enkidu and Belarir are together, does Belarir now have the power of Enkidu to be able to go up against one of them? And then would have the ability to kill one of them? Kind of crazy. We're starting to get all these players now. Oh, it's crazy. Starting to get all these players that could pose a threat. Might not hang with them, but they're still a threat. All you have to do is be able to expose like a chink in the armor. You don't have to be something to like be able to beat them 100%. Oh, that's you just thinking maybe Belarir with the power of Enkidu is a potential replacement for Gustang? Actually, that actually might be a case. I thought it only worked because Trom is a Trailblazer. What do you mean? I'm confused. Ja did give him a weapon. Oh, you thought he was only controlled because Trom was a Trailblazer. Are you saying that? So Enkidu was only able to be controlled because Trom was a Trail? Is that what you're saying? They want to team up with you. They believe you're the perfect person to fight against the abominable family leaders. The bastards who trapped me in here have become the most powerful figures in the tower. And now there's another group of people who seek to replace them and become the new 10 great family leaders, able to kill a family head or a Trailblazer. Also, you were saying that because Trom was a Trailblazer controlling him, that Trom had the power to kill one of them? I'm confused. This is a me thing. How amusing. I couldn't have chosen a more interesting time to reawaken. Rumble. Hiding like this really isn't my style. But there's no other choice. If I get caught, it's basically game over. Why did I have to be the king? Uh-oh. 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 Bong bong out of here. Uh-oh. You must be the Irregular's companion. Holy shit. Oh my god. Get out of here. Did you just say something? But you're a frog. What chess piece do you have? A bishop? A pawn? A knight? The queen? Or the king? Girl, did she react when he said the king? I found it. The frog's intuition just reacted to that woman. She's the one with the king. This just pissed me off. Did she legit react? Why? This is something where if she's sitting there, right? And she's like, damn it, why'd I have to be the king? And then the frog pulls up and the frog like, "Pong," and tries to get her. And the frog says, what chess piece do you have? Maybe you might have the king. And then she reacts, I'm fine. He rattled off the whole chessboard. And then he gets the king and she's like, ah. He rattled off every piece. Why are you going to react to the piece he said? He clearly don't know. Damn. He literally said every piece before king. A bishop, a pawn, a knight, the queen, or the king. He didn't say a rook. He didn't say every piece. Damn near every piece. And then she's like, ah, damn it, girl. Unless this frog's word persuaded you into reacting this way, why? I found it. The frog's intuition just reacted to that woman. She's the one with the king. Bring it to me even if you have to kill her to get it. Yes, sir. His design's so cool. I wish he was cooler. Ah, she's hightailing it. Damn it. Where the hell did that frog come from? Okay, Holden, what is this? They're coming at me from both directions. Uh-oh. Just close them eyes. Golly. Who's going to save her, though? That's the thing. Did no one save her? Did she use Bong Bong? What just happened? She used Bong Bong. I was about to say. I was like, did no one save her? Did she use Bong Bong? What happened? She used Bong Bong. I like this panel, though. Holland's tough. I love, like, his design, his attacks are so cool. And she lands in front of Trom. It's the leader of the Lopobia family. Ah. I'm screwed. Bring me the king. Yes, Lord Tromare. The Bong Bong isn't working. Could it be because of that frog? Cobalt. Damn! Get off of her! Get off of her! Damn it! How dare you put your filthy hands on me? Stay still. You may be a regular, but as long as you don't resist, I won't kill you, Princess of Jihad. All I want is your chess piece. It's a cool panel. Pages. What are we doing, Gustang? Are we still reading pages? Dumas. Yes, sir. Keep an eye on the irregular for me, and don't touch his chess piece. I'm going to pay a little visit to Tromare. I believe the time has come to kill him. Oh, gosh! We're not getting this fight until like another 20 chapters, huh? Like another 20 chapters? Like another 20 chapters, you think? C is gonna definitely take his time. Could the war just be over if Tromare captured? Yes. How it was explained to us? Yes. Yes. I do remember that, Amir. Like, they never showed us the flat. See? They never, like, you're all right. If someone would have been like, we don't get to see the flashback, and it's just, we cut away from Gustang, we come back, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him. And we never got to see it. That's how it's felt a lot with the information we've been getting. I'm glad we got this flashback. Also, if Gustang kills Traumare, the war is over. Yeah. I the more I'm thinking about it, Gustang, if Gustang is so gung ho and wanting to kill Traumare, I think he's gonna die. And I don't think Traum is. Like, if they actually come to blows, like if they actually fight, I think Gustang will die. And I don't think it'll be something like Traumare beats him in open combat. I think something happens and Gustang gets killed in the midst of a battle. Someone interfering, something along the lines of that. I do feel like that is what's gonna happen. Still on the no one's dying train. I feel like someone's gonna have to. I do. I feel like someone might have to bite the bullet. Traumare barely has a family left at this stage, so if he dies, it's really over. Unless Keating or Lobaton actually takes his place somehow. What if both die? That'd be truly insane. If both die, that'd be crazy. If both died, that would actually be crazy. I do think that I thought before, I was like, the person that I think would be the craziest to show up would be Jihad. That would be my idea. I feel like I want that eventually. Like every reveal we got of a family head has always been like really cool whenever they show up. I want one of them to be like very shocking. I just want one of them to just show up somewhere. Like everything is going crazy and then all of a sudden there's another one. That's what I want them to be like in conflict fighting, and then it's just like, what is that? And then it's like it's just Jihad there. De facto, and everyone freezes. That's what I want. If it's not Jihad, I want one of the other family heads to just do that. That's what I'm thinking. Part of me wonders, we got to see Gustang, Traumare, Edon, Han, Yedong, all in one flashback. I didn't miss anybody, right? I didn't miss anyone. Well, Traum, Gustang, Edon, Han, Yedong. I didn't miss anybody. No? 5? That showed up in this flashback, I should say. Family heads that were in this flashback. I know before we counted how many should have been there. Like, what's her name should have been there, but she didn't wake up. Like all these other people, but it was 5 we actually saw. Blossom was supposed to be there, but she didn't. So like 5 people are actually at this event. I'm wondering if someone outside of these 5 are going to show up. That's what I'm thinking. My thought process would be, we just got to see 3 brand new family heads that, well, if we're not counting Data Edon, we got to see 2 family heads that we've never seen before. Well, we got to see glimpses of Arhan. So we got to see one family head we never really saw before. We got to see one family head that we never really saw before. So I'm wondering if using this flashback as we got to see a bunch of the family heads, another family head that we have never seen before shows up, so that now it's like we're getting more of the family heads visible. Not like them involved in present day, but at least visible to us, the reader. So I'm thinking it could be another family head that shows up. What would be the reason for them showing up? I don't know. That would be on Blossom because of the Gustang connection. What's the relationship like now? I know that they separated. But would she pop up like if Gustang was in a fight to the death with one of their friends? But then also I'm wondering how their relationships are now present day, because back when this whole Enkidu and Mizu thing happened, it felt like how Gustang worded it is that him choosing not to execute Enkidu put him kind of on like a rocky, and it put him in a rocky place with his friends. Blossom probably stores her memories in a pillow. Just that they had at least one kid together, and the Fonseca branch of her family seems to also have some plan for Bomb, while these two families are fighting over him. Would any of the... Yeah, they would, because it was 9-1, 8-1. Wait, how many votes were against Gustang? I don't think I ever made sense of counting that. How many votes were against Gustang? That was last chapter, right? Did they say a number? Everyone agreed. Only one person opposed. My question is, would everyone be involved in that? I'm just wondering. I'm assuming yes, but would it only have been the individuals that were involved in that? So the 5 that we counted. My assumption is everybody. Blossom probably stores her memories in a pillow. I'm like, cause yeah, she is all of their friends. Trump just didn't want to invite everyone. But then, so what would they have told? They would have told everybody that they would have just regurgitated what Enkidu said to everyone else. I'm just asking because the chapter only showed us they didn't even show us Han. But it feels like Han dipped. He wasn't even there. That's why I'm at, like, we didn't get to see Han store his memories. And Han never showed back up to our knowledge. Like once he had that scuffle with Mershaya, it seemed like he just left. So whenever they like, we got to see Yedon get rid of her memories, Trom get rid of his memory, Gustang get rid of his memories, Edon get rid of his memories. We got to see that, but we didn't see Han. We didn't see anyone else. So I'm like, it feels like not everyone was privy to. They just got what was regurgitated from Enkidu and just took it as that. Right? That's what it feels like. It feels like the individuals there, like, so it feels like everyone, like this wasn't a committee thing to seal everyone. The people that were there chose to seal him, and Gustang said no. I don't know. That's just me making an assumption. That could have been a whole group decision. We could still have the next big player entrance given to Adori with Lybrick in the army. Yeah. Since killing Pobedal is one of the 3 orders, and we have the possible personal connection with Lybrick there too. Plus, we never learned where they went after the nest. That is true. That's actually a great call. Trom told the lie. Gustang reinforced it by saying nothing. The 3 others accepted it, and then probably told everyone else who accepted it. Said it better than I did. Said it better than I did, Selene. Yep. That's probably exactly what happened. Interesting though. See, now that's why I'm. So I don't know. It feels. I'm confused because I'm not confused. I'm pondering with what was shown to us and what was stated by Gustang. Because Gustang said that once they purged their memories, they forgot what the sprite was. They forgot what it was, why they created it. They forgot everything about it. But they just felt a pain deep in their heart, like this deep pain. So if that's like, if it was It would had to have been everyone if they told everyone what happened, right? So everyone would have had to erase their memories. But we only got to see Trom, Gustang, Yerang, and Eran. We didn't even get to see Han, and Han was there that night. So showing Han getting rid of his memories, I feel like would be something that we should be able to see, right? Even though we know he wasn't there for any, like he didn't show up at the incident and all that stuff. Why wouldn't we just show Han? Am I making any sense with what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes I'll be saying something, I feel like I'm not making the correct sense. Am I just to assume that all the family heads decided to just erase this from their memories and nobody knew what the sprite was? They all didn't remember it? But someone had to know about it because someone showed up and meddled with it. Yeah, CU seems to be making Han deliberately mysterious. Like Han he was out there when Mershaya pulled up, and he was like, Han said, I just wanted to say goodbye to a friend. And then he made the comment that it feels like all my friends are walking away from me. Like we're all like splintering. And then he just dipped. He just left. He Irish goodbye. He didn't tell anyone that he was leaving, and then Mershaya just went running through the floating castle. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to think of Han. I don't know what to think of him. It's just interesting. I got a comment that Eran could be the one who messed with the Sprout because he was observant enough not to fully trust the story. Maybe him sitting there drinking wasn't him getting rid of his memories. Maybe it was like Michael said, he's just drinking. He always drink. Maybe he chose not to forget. And Eran was running around out there too. So it's like he was there. He did show up. So that could be the case. This is my thought process, is like, if it's like, if the, like, it wasn't like Gustang didn't even write this down, right? Yeah, I like it seemed like he didn't even write this history down. It just felt like he didn't. He tore the page out and then just like they all erased their memories of what happened. Like they didn't even write this down in history, no? Like this is just something that like Gustang legit ran away from and refused to write about it. So it's like, did they tell the other family heads about this? It's easier to call them the family heads. They weren't then. But did they tell them, or was this just a decision between the four of them? And no one else really knew. And then they couldn't tell anyone because they chose to forget. So it's like, it's just the sprite showed up. I should say the four of them, the three of them? I don't know. This right here. I want to go back to this moment. Yeah, there's not enough content. You're right, Amir. I'm just throwing stuff out there because I'm like, I'm just interested. Yeah, it's like they didn't forget everything since they turned on V. But they chose to forget everything after that. That's the thing. They had already turned on V and then chose to forget the events that made them turn on V. So it's like now it's just like they're angry and they don't know why. Right? That's what Gustang said. I pulled up the same chapter. Yeah, this is the same chapter. Yeah, it's just like they're angry and they know that they hate V, but they don't remember why they hate V. I don't know. So I guess all the family heads did it and they all just decided to just get rid of their memories and just hate V. Enkidu's right. It's a bunch of clowns. How they handled this was just not the right way to handle it at all. legit. I think I can sit here and be like, how they chose to handle this, they didn't handle it the right way. Am I too far? I'm too far. Here. I mean, that kind of looks like what he's wearing right now, no? They just know that part of the they remember. It's like they remember that it was. But Gustang even said that he tried to hide the books so like in a place where he would forget about it. I don't think he did. It could be V. Yeah, I looking at this one, right? Looking at it, like you see the long hair, you see the flowing clothes, you see the pants. As you can see, like Edon's got some sort of pants and everything. It's like you can make this out. Like he has like the flowing garment, pants under the shoes, the long hair, the front of like this looks like it could be the part of the hair tie that he has in his head. The one does have a weirdly similar silhouette. You are right. Yeah, the white ribbon. Yeah, right. This right there. Those two little. It's hard for you guys to see it, but I can see it. You see it? You can't see it. Like it does oddly look like add-on. Poor V, how could he make up for them if he can't remember what he did? Also, the one has a weirdly similar silhouette to Edon. And also, this is like them choosing to forget stuff. That just makes it even more complicated to try to like reason with them. Like, so imagine being V and hearing about like imagine being V and getting reports back from Mershea and whoever the trench coat individual with the hat on, that Amizu was attempting to leave and got killed in the process of coming here. And then imagine whenever word gets back to V that, oh, they're blaming you for this. And then if you attempt to like, if you come across them in battle and you try to fight them and you try to talk about it, they don't know what you're talking about. They're just angry for no reason and they can't really explain it. Like that would be just utterly confusing. It would make me kind of like what's happening? Like you're in an episode of the Twilight Zone because they're so irrational. It would feel like they were irrational because they literally don't remember the events of what happened, but they just know that they're just really angry at you. It's crazy. Right, it's like we're killing you because you killed Amizu. I didn't kill Amizu. Who's Amizu? Like what? Like they don't even know what you're talking about. Like you can't even properly defend yourself because they just have this unbridled rage and there's no origin for them. They're just angry for the sake of being angry. I think Edon was maybe just observant enough to think something was up, even if he didn't really have the info that Gustang did. Yeah, and we know that didn't they say that Edon was untrustworthy? They said that, didn't they? Said that right a couple of chapters ago when they were introducing everyone about like their natures. Like Edon really didn't like trust everyone. So that makes perfect sense. Exactly what you guys are saying. That makes perfect sense for Edon to be more observant, or just more like he wouldn't just wholly trust this frog. That just the frog. Yeah, wolf in sheep's clothing. There we go. Like I don't think Edon would be like, okay, the frog said that he's telling the truth, so he's telling the truth. Gustang was like, I don't know, man. And then Enkidu said what he said and was like, what? Edon would probably be like, y'all, in his brain, he's probably like, y'all listening to a frog? And I was probably like, yo, y'all listening to a frog for real? Nah, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But I'm not going to make myself Essentially, what Edon probably could have done was been like, "There's no way I'm listening to a frog," but I'm not about to do what Gustang just did and make everyone look at him funny. I'm gonna wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm gonna play the game. So yeah, we should execute him. I feel the type of way that my friend died, but I'm not wholly rocking with what this frog just said that Traumare is saying. But I'm not gonna put myself out on Front Street either to kind of get iced out by everyone. So I'll play the game, and then Gustang puts himself out there, and now it's just like, now I can monitor you and see how everyone reacts to you. But I'll still play my game on my side and still navigate behind the scenes. That could be something that he's thinking. Me watching his friends become the world's worst clown posse would be hilarious if it wasn't so tragic. I agree. Trom could control. Yeah, Trom definitely controlled the frog. We still don't know who Lebanon and Kinian's mothers are now, or what's up with their childhood issues. Yeah, or how Lebanon can control plants. Even seemingly, Traumare can't. Right. Yes. So maybe more flashback info is possible when we actually focus on their fight. There is a possibility. I think there's almost damn near a guarantee with them two actually clashing that we might get a flashback. Yeah. That's a good point out. Robodon does have the ability to control like plants and stuff. Ow. Because now it's like, how did Traumare have these kids after Mizu's death? I wouldn't be surprised if he banged everything that was in those test tube things that mysterious individual saw. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. And then found some other individual that he could a bunch of people he could procreate with. I wouldn't be surprised if Trom never did anything. He just was splicing his DNA with individuals, just sticking babies in people, not even actually like doing the act. He'd probably make other things do the act, but him himself, I could see him not even doing the act. I don't even think the others understand the frog. It's just Trom said it was this. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I could totally see Traumare never doing the act. If he would have, it would have been with Mizu. I don't think he would care. I don't. It's one of these viewpoints of Trom doesn't view humans as humans. So would he actually procreate with one? At this point in time now, I think it's a foregone conclusion that now Traumare doesn't view Towerborn as people. He views them as like vermin and insects and stuff like that. So would he actually lay with one and procreate with it? Or would he do like some weird scientific splice my DNA, do this, and then see what comes of it? Weird chimera thing. I don't know. There's also like the Greek mythology thing that you brought up about how it could even if they look down on them, still could do things with them, I guess. I don't know. Trom sat there and made Laura bang a snake. So like, who knows? The 10 families are weird now. Yeah. It's like he made her bang a snake. Like, that's all that needs to be said. For real. It's all that needs to be said. Gross. Absolutely disgusting. A sea of snakes, might I add. Yeah. Not just one. Song's lineage is now questionable. Who's a real kid? Who's writing? Who's a potential clone? I'll go this far to say almost probably every single Poblacion family member we've seen is a writing. Almost all of them. I think the ones that are very clearly not one aren't one. I think all the ones that kind of look like him, I think they're writings. All the ones that look really weird, those are writings. So I don't, at this, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I feel like all the weird ones, like Proust and Dumas, and like all those family members, I think those are writings for sure. Tiara is a writing too. I don't know, because the only one we know is real is Anne. The only one we know older than Anne is Lybrick. It's not confirmed to see if he's an actual son. His name was his. What's his name? Coon. It's Coon. Something. I can't. What's his name? Probably Mata is real since he's half Ha. I think we're talking about just the. Lyberg is mostly add-ons. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, he's like Coon. What's his name? Damn it. I think Lybrick might be a real child. The song said Belair was his real son, but he was probably lying since Belair's from the red light district. Yeah, I agree with that. Pobadal Lybrick Coon. Thank you. I was like, damn it. I'm like, how's his name Pobadal Lybrick Coon? I think he's a real kid. Or a real descendant, I should say. Since Hein knew Lybrick from the Coon family, Lybrick was most likely a child between Edon and a Pobadal woman. See, then that floats back up to what Haku says. Can these writings procreate? Could a writing procreate? A writing can seemingly die. Because Tiara died. Mate, okay, sorry. Because Tiara died. So, I wonder if they could procreate. Is this going to be a whole what's his face? What's it called from Blade Runner? What are they called? My brain is mush. What is it called from Blade Runner? Replicant. It's going to be like the whole replicant thing. That ended all if one of my parents was a fanfic character. You're not real? So what does that mean? I'm not real? See, I wonder if they can procreate. Because they're supposed to be manifestations of like Gustang's personality, no? Also, isn't it odd that for individuals who like don't have any emotions connected to their memories, for Gustang to have written children based off of like different emotional reactions and all this stuff. I know it's not necessarily the same, but it's interesting. Said it before, but who I think Laura and Elaine's ancestors. Oh, those chicks from the party. Possibly. You know, Edon was out here slanging. You know that.